I harvested the Silver Queen corn from the backyard, and I knew that I needed to use this immediately. The Silver Queen is so sweet. Yes, I took a bite just to have a taste of it raw. It's okay. All of this is just for me. If I was going to do a batch for the family, I would actually have gloves. You're going to see this gets really messy, but this is just for myself. So I'm chucking the corn, and I know that I want to save the silks. The corn silk tea is so beneficial for the urinary tract. So I always take that and save it and dehydrate it, whether I'm getting corn from the farmer's market or I grew it myself. This is my second year growing corn, and I decided not to do the normal yellow corn and do the Silver Queen. I'm definitely learning about corn and how to grow it better. This year, I got more corn than I did last year, and now I know and see that I really do need to use more fertilizer. So next year, I will get the 10-10-10 and actually apply that along with the coffee grounds. So that should give me larger and more fertilized ears of corn. Now it's time to get down and get to the dirty work of this. I'm cutting off the whole kernel portions of the corn, but I am going to make this into cream style corn. So I'm cutting off, going around with the knife. They do have tools for this, but you can use just this bowl and the corn itself. And then you take the knife and you press down and go from the top to the bottom to remove all the milk from the corn cob. My mom taught me this as a young girl, and I can always hear her voice saying, make sure you don't press too hard. You'll get all the shells or the holes in the corn, and you do not want that because the cream style corn will not be as pleasant. It'll just have like these little rough pieces in there. Now, this is the fun part and the most simple of it all. Once you have all your corn ready, it's creamed or it's kerneled up, however you want it. Take some butter, put it in your skillet. I usually add cornstarch, well, arrowroot powder, because I do not use cornstarch, but I can't find it. So I'm using flour and I'm creating a roux so that when I put in my corn, it's going to thicken up because I do not want a soupy cream style corn. I want a nice, creamy, smooth consistency, kind of like a smooth grits. So this is just gonna go on the pan. The pan is about at medium heat. Do not blast the fire or it will burn, okay? This is one of those things that you cook slow and steady. As you cook this, you do want to add in your seasoning. Some people just use salt and pepper. I do use salt. In the salt is to taste. I use a dash of garlic, a dash of onion powder, and you can also add some pepper in there, obviously. Everything is to your taste. I just want a nice seasoned taste. I don't want to take the taste away from the corn. I want to taste the freshness of this corn. So let this cook down on medium heat for about 20 minutes. Oh, and I almost forgot, you have to add a little water. So I add about a half a cup or so. You don't want to add a lot of water at first because then you'll have a soupy mix. The whole point of this is to have a nice creamy consistency, right? So you add a little at a time just so that it's slightly covered. Allow this to cook down. And if it seems like the kernels are still too crunchy, then you add a little bit of water. Again, a little at a time, okay? All you're looking for is to cook the corn down so that the kernels aren't extremely crunchy and you still want to keep that creamy consistency, okay? Of like a creamy grit. Okay, so while that's cooking, let me show you what I'm doing with the corn cob. So the corn cobs get saved. I'm putting them in the freezer. They will be cooked down, and I make a homemade corn syrup with that. And I use that during the winter, and the silks will be dehydrated. And here's the final product. The corn came out great. I decided to make a little southern meal with, I had to do tofu, fried tofu, and I had canned yams, y'all, but that's all I had. I didn't have any fresh yams. This was so good. This was my only meal this day. Thank you so much for watching. I enjoyed the outcome just as much as I enjoyed growing this corn.